Hi, welcome back again to a new tutorial part. We make a glass vase, and I will show you what we want to do. It is a glass vase, and we want to make this ornament here as 3D. We want then bake that to a normal map and take the normal map on this vase there. So we start. Here you see what I'm typing or which mouse button I click, and we start here with a plane. So add mesh plane, rotate X 90 degrees, scale down, and we take a subdivision surface level 2 and put that to the side that it hits the reference. Then we take these 2 points, bring them to the other side, and then we model that through. Here we have a longer straight, so we can scale it there and bring the points to fit. Extrude again, scale X, and last one is there, extrude. And you see that is too round, and when we make it a little other, so Control R, make a loop in, and then you can handle how round it should be. And that fits. The same we have to do here at the top. We take our words, extrude them to the middle of the round, bring it to fit with the reference, and then mark both, extrude, bring them upward, and now you see we have to scale that, scale X. Then we have the same problem as down under. When we scale it in the X that it is sharp enough, then it is not bright enough, so we take a loop, Control R, and then we can scale that here and bring that to fitting. Good. We have now that. The good thing on that is that we can later make it easy to 3D because it all quads. That is important. 4 words for each face. So we go on. We start here. Add mesh plane, rotate X 90, scale down. Why we don't see it? Because it is under this other one, so we must bring it a little in front to see that. Good. Here we make the same subdivision surface level 2, grabbing and positioning. Then best is we rotate that we fit with the reference here. Then this both we grabbing and positioning. And then we go downwards. Marked it both. Extrude to this point. Take the own word and go on. That's a simple way to do such complicated looking things, and you have the full control later because it is all quads, and that is important to have control over mesh. So nearly done that. Here, last one, extrude in the middle of the roundness. That is important that you don't start at another point, go too high or too low. Extrude again. Now we have that, so we must scale that, and we are global axis, and we need now local axis to get there a better result. Now this is local axis of the object, so we can scale now in the X, and then we have that one. By pressing double X, you can scale them down. Here we can scale up now, and then it fits really with this other part. We go back to global axis. Now the axes are shown to the global world here. So we don't need to make all again and again. We copy them later, surely. Here we can use this one here, Shift D, and only bring them to the right points here. So we can grab that point and bring it here and that here, and so on. You know what I mean. That's here, there, there. Sure, you can make it new, but it's the same as we take that here. So we see we must tweak here a little, grabbing here a little, and then this. Okay. And so we go on with all, Shift D, scale a little, and then adjust the words. Stand on the outer marks, then you have no problem. And you can try it each time and move it, editing, so that you get the correct form for that. So that is no problem to build that. When you're near, you have better control. So here a point, grabbing, here a point. Good, we have it. Next one. In this case, I will start to model it new. So you see it again. Add mesh plane, rotate x 90 degrees, scale down, rotate to fit with the position there, bring a little out to see that, then scale down, modifier, add modifier, subdivision surface level 2 in the view, and then render, but render isn't important now. Then place the words by grabbing to the reference points, and then take them and E to extrude, and then you can move the words by grabbing again, extrude, and you have it. You can scale that now in global axis, or better than in object axis if you want to change them in axis. So we grab here, then we go better. You every time when you have roundness, search the middle point and then where the middle point ends and the other one starts, so you have no problems by extruding such things there. So here we must grab there, because here is the point where it changed, and that is important. And here is the point it changed in the other direction again. So then we go to that point. Don't wonder when it looks so. That is only because there's nothing before it. When we now extrude, you will see it change. Then we scale and set here to make it a little bit more fitting with the sample. And we have done that. Only this little one here. And you see there are many things, but the most are come not one time, come two times, so we must make it only one time correctly. Good, we start again. Add mesh, plane, rotate x 90, scale down, rotate, bring the position, modifier, level 2, and place the words by grabbing. Grabbing is G, and there's no problem to follow down. Most people have problems with the axis there. That is an important thing to know, which axis you use for what. Think I must do there a tutorial next time how to work correctly with this axis, because it's very important. Without that you can't do anything correctly and fast in Blender. Extrude again at the half of the roundness, here at the half to the roundness, and extrude again by pressing E. Grabbing, positioning, extruding. There are simple things that is not that complicated as the most thought. Sure, you can make it with curves or something else, but that here the method wins because it is completely loopable. It is a clean mesh and you have no problems with them to change them and make it in 3D that looks deeper or higher or something else. That is the perfect topology. So now we make that thing here. Add mesh, plane, rotate x90, scale down. When you don't have these pictures, make a screenshot of that. Then you have it. Make a screenshot of that. You have it. Make a screenshot of that. We don't need that, but you have it. Good. Here that is behind, so bring it a little bit in front. Here the same, bring it in front to the y-axis. Then we scale down and try to scale on the x. Then we come to the reference points at first. Then subdivision. And bring them to the reference points. And extrude it downwards. So that point is reachable. So we take them. Here we should make a step between. So extrude and bring them to this point. By a good topology, it's important that all faces are similar from the size. So that is important too, to have a good mesh. So try to make the faces even great or big in scale. Extrude, grabbing, and extrude again. It's a simple thing that most people think too complicated to do things. In real, that is really simple. But you must know that you can work so. That is the point. Here we see we have sharp edges. To get them, we make here a loop, and with them we can control how sharp that should be. You see that here. That is low, that is high. And then we have that. Okay. That we can use here, the half there, that is no problem. This one we can use too, so we start to make that one here. Rotate x 90 degrees. And why we do such, you may ask you. That is because when you want make such a thing, you can't model that directly onto the vase. So it's better to make first the ornament as 3D, bake it to a normal map and put them on the class. That is the right way. Because of that we do that here. Okay, but we will see. And when you one time seen that, you become ideas. Oh, I can do such much things with that. Yeah. That brings you a level higher. I hope so. To understand when I take texture, when I model some, and when I bake some, and why I do that. And that is important that you know that. And then you look at your project, and then you say, I use that, or I use that because I have that and that. That is good and better as another possibility to do that. Here we go at the start of the roundness, then at the end. That must be some like there, and then we can get problems, I think, but we will see. We extrude again to this point, maybe. Yeah, but then we must scale in the X to have a reference point that fits. Okay. Then we can go from here, extruding to the half of that roundness. And we can go down here by grabbing to get the half of that roundness. And then we extrude again. And then we become this turnaround. So we're grabbing and go to the end of the roundness, and then we can take here 4 of that and extrude that again. Then we have done that round stuff there. And when you want to make it crater, no problem, you can tweak that all the time like you would. Then we extrude again and go upwards. Now we can make a little crater step, I think, because there isn't so much bending. So it is right spelled. Because of that, we must not make it so often. Stopped and go on. Okay. I extrude middle of the roundness. Extrude again, middle of the roundness, and then bring it to the end. So nearly have it. Here we can bring it a little bit upwards, here, here, there, so you can line up that perfectly if you want. That is all possible, but I only want to show the rough style. Of course you can make that all perfectly, but I'm not here to make it perfect. I'm here to teach you how to do that. Good. Here we surely need the other side there, and that is now the great stuff. We have made one side, and that is the same side. So because that is a quad, we can make here a loop in the middle and delete the left one, and then we can use a mirror for that. That is the good when you have quads. Now we have here our middle point, that is here, and so we can say here in object mode set origin. Origin is this point here, the axis, and we put them to the 3D cursor. That is that thing here, that is the 3D cursor, And now we have here the middle point of this object. So we can now use here add modifier a mirror, and you see we have then the mirrored object. We need a merging that he makes that to one, and a clipping that it clips together. So when we now push that together, you see that clips and merge together. So that is our thing here. I can make an Alt D, because the good thing in Alt D is when you change the first one, then the second one changed automatically with it. That is the good thing on that. Good. This one here, all we have, we can double them like the other stuff here too. So we make now this round stuff there. So we start again with plane. Scale them down. Get the modifier on. Level 2. And then place. Okay. Extrude to the start of the roundness. That's there. And then extrude and scale in the X, and you see you can bring it to a line with a reference, and then you can tweak that here better and better and better, like you would. Then here in the curve, then we extrude again and bring it more to the curve, middle point to middle point. Extrude again. We have here the deepest point, so we have here the highest point, and extrude again to bring it there, not there, because we want to bend there, so we must have here a stop before. So that means we extrude a little to that point. Hope you got it, because here change the direction, so we need there a stop before we go on. And here we go to the end of the roundness, and then it bends automatically correctly. Then we go here by extruding again, and then we can go here down that point to that point, and always looks that it follows the line. So here we can grab, there we can grab, okay, and here we go on, extrude middle of the roundness, then we must go here to middle 2. If it is not enough, we make here a loop in that we can control that better. So extrude again to this point, similar to that point, and extrude again, middle of the roundness, middle of the high peak there. And you see it don't fits perfectly, so we control R, we place in there a loop, and now we can control that much better than before, and we can align that better. Same we make here, control R, make a loop in, and position them better, so we have better control of the whole thing. Same here, control R, make a loop in, and align that. Okay, we go up to, that is our next reference point where the direction changes. Here we have the same problem, that isn't controllable, so control R like before. Good, now we make a great turn, so extrude to that point, and here we go up to that point, but we need here surely a loop between. extrude again. Here you must stay close because there's a little bending only, but here is the outer side. Here you need a great bending. That is the simple thing. Here we need another loop too. You know how it goes. I told you often. So here make a little stop before. That it is not too heavy changing. Of course that can be a problem then later. So extrude again and scale it down, and then we can tweak that all here a little to fix with the reference. Grabbing, 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 grabbing. So we have done that. We must go here back, and that is not the same as this one, so we must build that all manually. Okay, bring it in front a little, that we see it. Okay. Then we have here a point that needs to go in roundness. Then we have the same problem, we can't control that here, so we need a loop in there. So Control R, place a loop in, and grab it to position. Okay, we extrude again to that point. You can't make two great steps because then you can't control the roundness correctly. So because of that, we make it in much steps. But we can handle it each time and retweak that, yeah. That is not a problem. Of course, normally it should look like that, and then we make the loops in later. Okay, so extrude again, bring it here, bring it there. Now we have a straight line. Then extrude again, middle point to middle point. Okay, go downwards, extrude, positioning, grabbing. Once again, here and there, and we go on. No matter for the not fitting parts, that all we tweak later with adding some loops. So you see, there's nothing complicated as you thought as you started with that to build that. A simple way to build such things, and later we'll see when it is real 3D and round stuff there in the deepness, and we bake that. Ooh, there's a good effect. You can do much with that. So it's a great possibility to build complicated things easily. But sure, you must have time that isn't done in minutes. Takes hours. But it is with all good takes time. All fast, most is bad. And we don't want to make some bad stuff, so because of that, make it so. So here we need to have two parts, so that we make here a loop in, and then we have here two lines, and extrude. Oh, that was the wrong one. Only that part I want to extrude, and bring that here. Then from here we extrude to there, and close this face with F. We can close faces. Extrude, and we go on. So here in the middle, like the most said, Rome is not built in one day, and that's the same with 3D models. But after that, your skill is better, you become new ideas, what you can do with that, and that brings you forward to get a better artist. So then we go on here in the extrude 2, make the same stuff there. And then we come to the interesting parts of that, to make it in a real 3D format, and then bake that stuff. But this must be done before, so we take it as it is. Good. You see we have it halfway, so we can now line it up better by grabbing okay, here a little, there a little. And when you need it, you can place there some loops in. I told it you before. The dome must fit perfectly, because nobody knows how it looks in real. So you can feel free to make it your own. Good. We done that, and that is a copy of that, so we have no problem with that. That here we can delete because it isn't completely round at the moment. So the only thing we have to do now is that here, and then we can make the interesting things. So that is that here, but turned. So with Shift D make a copy, because we take Shift D because we want to change that. That is smaller than the other one. So rotate X 180 degrees and scale them down and plug them there. Done. Okay. So we have made this ornament stuff, but that isn't it's flat. When you look from top, you see it's flat, and we want to bake it, and you only can bake things that have a deepness, and that has no deepness here. So because of that, we push that again away, then we select that all and make a copy of them with Shift D, place it there. That is a security copy, because when we make shit, we have another one and can start again. Yeah. Good. Now we want to make it 3D looking, and that means we need here a middle point where we can drag out. So Control R to make a loop here in the middle, and now we take with them these points here, and then we bring them to the Y. So grab Y, and you see what happens. That comes out like in 3D, and then we can change it with them here, or if we tweak the only words there, and you see it is a little bit rough, so we go in the object mode and smooth them. So we have that good looking stuff there. Oh, there we had a problem, so we go back with Control Z You see that is the wrong one. We need this one here, and it should be closed, and it is not real closed here, so we must mark that all and bring them together that it merges completely together. So okay, so we can try it again, and that here isn't a straight line, so we mark that and then scale x 0, and then you see it's all at a 0 point. What's that here? Don't know. Here was something wrong, so I go back, Control R, Control R, Control R. No, it only must be deleted. Okay. That here we had scale x 0. Okay. Then we take it again, these two things, but without that and without the top thing there, and then grab Y, bring it out, and fine. Then we use the smooth, and now we have a good looking 3D stuff there. Good. And that we make with all the stuff. That means here this one needs a middle point, so we take that one here, then we mark these points, maybe that if you want that, then grab Y and bring it outside, and you see it rounds up real good. That is real 3D, and that we can bake. So smooth, can make it harder or less like you would. We will see what looks best. So we made that with all. Control R, make here loop in, mark that inner line, and grab Y, and then we smooth. So we made it with all. Okay. That is what I mean when you have a clean mesh. That here you can only do with a clean mesh. When you have no clean mesh, that don't work really. The clean mesh is loopable, and that are here meshes that are completely loopable, and that is a clean mesh then. With them you can do all that you want. So last one here, grab Y and smooth. Okay, now this crate thing here we have a middle line, so we take them, but we don't take the last one and this last one, not two, and we take this here with us. Okay. Then we need here this middle point of the two guys here, so we make here another loop in and here a loop in. Now we have 3 at all, and now we can take this point here with us and this point here, and surely don't forget that line here. Now we can grab Y, and then we have the whole thing following. But you see we have here sharp cutting, so with Control Z we go back and we enable here proportional editing connected, so the other lines come with off. Grab Y, and you see that circle there, and with rolling the middle mouse button you can say how much should be influted by doing that movement. So I scale the circle lower, and then I can grab in Y, and all follows perfectly to make a really good looking round stuff there. You can make it harder, lighter, as you want. So smooth that too, and now we have it nearly. These two guys here should be the same. Here we make this middle loop, here the same. Control R to make the loops. Edit mode. Take this words, grab Y. Here we can make the same. We make here two loops more. Here one, there one. And when we then take that line, then we can now grab Y with proportional, and when you roll the middle mouse you see you can take how much you will influde with that, and so you can steer that like you would. That should be more straight, I think, but we can tweak that all later. We mark the whole outline, and I extrude it back, extrude and go back, but then we must before disable the proportional, then we can bring it back. We scale it a little, so we have done that. Don't worry too much about that. So Shift D, rotate Y 180, and it's the inner side, not the outside. So rotate set 180, and then scale to the grade that we want, to the size that we want. Okay. So we have now all in 3D, and that we want to bake and then bring it on the vase. So that was the first part of the tutorial, and in the next I show you how to bake that. So see you again in the next part. Bye.